Hello everyone. Today I am here with my new video that is for class 11 Sources of Business Finance. If you have not subscribed our channel yet, please do like, share and subscribe. Now as you know that the paper is divided in two parts. First is MCQ pattern and second is theory part. So we are preparing for both. In this video, we are going to cover our chapter number 7 for class 11. Chapter number 7 is basically about sources of finance. So first of all, we learn what is business finance actually. Business finance means the fund that is required to conduct business activities. We can call that business finance. And as we know that without finance, no business can be run. So basically we can divide the business finance in two parts if we are categorizing it broadly. So it can be fixed capital or working capital. Fixed capital means basically the capital that we need to invest in the fixed assets of the business is called fixed capital. So obviously we need long term finance for purchasing fixed assets. Second type of capital that we need to run our business activities is called working capital. Working capital, as the name is suggesting, that the capital that we need to run day-to-day activities of our business, that capital is called working capital, and working capital is actually required for a short time period, so it keeps fluctuating. So for arranging these both type of finance, we can use different sources of funds. Actually we can categorize sources of funds also on the different basis, like we can categorize them on the basis of period, like sometimes we need fund for short time period, sometime for medium time period, and third is for long term finance. If we divide them on the basis of ownership, so here as you can see we can divide them in two categories. First is owner fund and second is borrowed fund. So let's start this. First we learn about what is owner's fund. If the owners are investing their own money in the business, so that is called owner's fund, and we can say this is like the permanent source of capital for any business. In owner's fund, if we categorize it further, so it can be categorized in two parts. First are shares and second retained earning. Let us study it one by one. First we have share. So what is a share? Share means basically this is the part of the capital that a person purchases, and by purchasing it he becomes the owner of the company. It means he also became the participant. Now shares can be divided further in two parts. First we have equity shares and second we have preference shares. So this topic is actually important for the exam purpose. Sometimes in short question you can find this type of question, like what is the difference between equity shares and preference shares. So equity shares are basically those shares who are bearing the high risk. It means they do not have any fixed rate of dividend. If the company is earning well, then they will be paid well. If the company is in losses, so they are not going to get any dividend. And equity shareholders are the active participants in the management also, and even at the time of winding of the company they will get their claim amount at the end. It means the company will pay to the outsiders first, it will pay all its loan, then it will pay to the even preference shareholders, and at the end the equity shareholders will get their amount. Same with the dividend also. It means they are getting the profit at the end, but obviously it is higher if we compare it with others. Now second type students, we have preference shares. Now what are preference shares? As the name is suggesting that these type of shareholders will get preference. Now preference in what? They will get preference at the time of distribution of dividend. It means the preference shareholders will get their dividend prior to the equity shareholders, and most important thing that they have a fixed rate of dividend. It means they will get a dividend in a certain amount, and they do not generally participate in actively in the working of management. And last point we can say that if company is winding up, it means at the end of the company also, first company will pay its outside debts, outsiders, and after that they will pay to the preference shareholders. Equity shareholders will get any amount at the end if it remains then only. Next, move on the next topic, that is retained earning. Retained earning is also, we can say, a permanent source of capital for any company. Retained earning is basically the undistributed profit by a company. It means when a company earns some profit, so it divides it actually in a certain ratio in the form of dividend and retained earning. Because we cannot distribute the whole profit among the shareholders, for emergency conditions or for further investment, we need to save some earning, that we call retained earning. And if we are flowing back the profit, it means if we are using retained earning as a source of finance, so it do not lead to any additional cost for the company. That's why it's a very good source of finance. So we need to maintain balance between these two. Neither we can keep all the profit safe, and neither we can keep all the profit or distribute all the profit among the shareholders. So this is what I want to say. Next topic, move further. If we are dividing the sources of business finance in two broad categories, first was owners fund, means owners were using their own fund at the company. Second, we have borrowed fund. If we do not have our own money sufficient, then what we will do? We will borrow the funds. Borrow means we can take it from someone for a fixed time period, and obviously we will repay it later. In this, students, first option we have debentures. Now debentures are basically, we can say, it is a kind of borrowing that when company issues debentures, people buy that and they invest their money in the company. So what they get in the return, basically the debentures carry a fixed rate of interest because it's a kind of borrowing. So debentures are obviously for a certain time period. So after that time period, the amount is paid. Until that time, the debenture holder gets a fixed rate of interest. Second, we have loan. To borrow, where can a person go? First of all, the companies have the options to take loans from banks, and banks actually need some type of security to give loan, but it is also, we can say, a very good source of finance. If we need fund and if our goodwill is fund, if our credibility is good, then easily banks give loan to the companies. Next, we have financial institutions. Means if we want to borrow, so we can borrow from financial institutions also. These are the institutions basically who assist us to get the finance. They help us to get the finance for the business. And as these both are loans, so obviously they are for a fixed time period and we need to pay the principal amount plus the interest on that. Next comes, that is public deposit. Now what is public deposit? It means sometimes when company needs funds, so they issue public deposit. It means public deposits their extra money, their savings in the company, and the company pays them interest. So this is also a very good source for a company to arrange finance, and it is very secure also. Public is investing here because we pay them good interest if we compare to the banks. So it's really a good source for company. Next, we have students commercial paper. We can call it sometimes CP also. This is basically used to arrange short-term finance. The time period for this remains 90 days to 364 days. It means it is always less than 1 year. By short-term, I mean less than 1 year. If we want short-term loans, so the company issues commercial papers also. And one more important thing, that how we will balance these two things, how we will choose that we should arrange funds from owner's fund or from borrowed fund. So the answer is basically we should maintain the balance. For that, we actually consider many factors, for example risk, because if we are borrowing from somewhere, so it involves risk. Owner's funds also do have risk, but we cannot take unlimited risk. Secondly, if we do not want to dilute our control, in that case we'll borrow funds actually. Because if you are involving more shareholders in the company, so obviously they'll participate in the working and they'll take some amount as dividend also from your profits. So that can also be the difference. The interest or the tax rebates also plays a major role in this. So basically we can say that there are many factors actually. After considering all the factors, we decide which source and in which ratio we are going to use to arrange the sources of finance for our company. Now let's move on the next topic. Here I just told you that debentures are also a good source for borrowing of funds. So now let's study ki what are the main types of debentures. Debentures can also be these 6 types. Let's understand them one by one. The first type is cumulative debentures. Cumulative debenture means if in any financial year, if we are not able to pay dividend to these type of debenture holders, interest, so what will happen, next year it will accumulate. It means next year we will pay them previous interest plus the new interest as well. That's why we are calling it cumulative debentures. Second point, students, we have non-cumulative debentures. Non-cumulative debenture means it will not accumulate the amount. Whatever the interest, it will be paid same time. If we are not earning any profit or for any other reason, if we are not able to pay interest that time, so it will not be accumulated for the future. So these type of debentures are called non-cumulative debentures. Now third, we have participating debentures. Participative debentures are basically those debentures which participate in the surplus profit also. It means when these debenture holders have taken their amount that was fixed, after that at the end if any profit remains, so they can claim for that profit also. It means they will take their part from that also. So that is called participating debentures. Next we have non-participating. As the name is suggesting that it is just opposite to it. It means they will just get their fixed rate of interest and after that they cannot claim for the surplus profit. Next we have convertible debenture. Convertible debenture holders do have the right or they have this option that after a certain period of time their debentures will be converted into shares. So this option they have, they can convert them into equity shares and they can enjoy the dividends later on. So we call it convertible debentures. And the last point finally is non-convertible debentures. Means these debentures will only remain debentures during their lifetime. It means they will be redeemed after a fixed time period and we cannot convert them in shares or in any other form of the finance. So basically these 6 types were of debentures. I hope this topic was very clear to you, but if we want to categorize the sources of funds, it can be further categorized in one more type. That we can say that we can use the internal sources of finance. It means the funds that we already have in our business, or maybe we can go for external sources also. So like this we can categorize it on these 3 bases. If you like